Namaste and welcome to Sri and Kira Exploring the Mysteries. I am wisdom teacher Sri Ram Ka.
And I am Master Lady Kira Raa, and we welcome you to an extraordinary moment. You know, it really is. My husband and I are both like, you see us, we're right here in the middle of the wings if you're watching us.
You've got the wings back here because we are extraordinarily with you.
Oh, you know, and we are with this extraordinary live studio audience. Hello, live studio audience. And so it's just so fun to have some beautiful, beautiful supportive energies here live in the studio with us today at Tosa Blue Mountain Sanctuary. So hello to all of you. And Sri, let's just first give a shout out to TFR Live. Namaste, welcome. We're so glad that you are with us today over at TFR Live and over at iHeartRadio as well. And of course, hello at Oneness Talk Radio, where I see there's people in the chat room already. And of course, you can call in 517-208-1500. You can also watch at Oneness Talk Radio or listen. Oh my goodness, there's so much that happens there.
Facebook Live.
All right, I was going to say, and where else are we?
That's it. Oneness Talk Radio, Facebook, and YouTube.
That was the YouTube you said, you said that's it. I'm like, what happened to YouTube? Which YouTube are we at?
We're at Oneness Talk Radio's YouTube channel.
There you go, guys.
So pick a path and you'll end up at the same place as everyone else.
Having fun and being together in this beautiful community. And so as we open up today, I want us all to take a moment and just really connect with your heart. Just allow yourself in this moment to just say thank you to you, that we are in this extraordinary co-creative experience, this 2020 miracle experience, and having just gone through that beautiful 10/10 full moon lunar eclipse and all of the energy and opportunity that has come forward, I am just excited to be with everyone today because we're still in this energy, guys. This is going to really keep going. You know, we've got like another 24 hours of this kind of really large window.
Well, I feel like we've been given, it's almost like there's a cosmic vacuum cleaner that's pulling us forward. You know, I really feel like we're sliding into the grand creative flow in a way that we haven't done before.
We definitely are. And I'm just getting over the vacuum cleaner thing because I was like,
it just feels like a pull to me. So that's what came to mind.
Well, okay. I love it. And so what if that pull is that extraordinary magnetic attractor field?
That works
better.
that
has been opened because we are in this moment where that veil has been opened for everyone that wants to listen and look. And that choice is at hand. And that was, you know, I want to talk a little bit about that ensoulment that came through yesterday. So we have so much to share. It is such a big show today because we are still in this creative anchor ship. We are in this moment of a simultaneous birth manifestation where that which has been in either the back of your mind or a dream set aside or a mission you've always known you were going to embrace, all of those things are in front of you. And with that, we were talking the other day about this harmonic breath. It's a moment that can almost overwhelm you, that can really... And you know, Sri, before we go any further today, I want to go back to when you and I were in India. And the reason I want to do that is part of this big harmonic breath that's happening right now is because all of these big choices are being made right now. And this isn't just like, you know, the big choice in your personal life, which that alone can be enough. I'm talking about on every level of this illusion, in all of the dimensions, in all of the opened, universal, expanded timelines that we are all becoming more adept with, all of that has this breath, this moment that was through this full moon lunar eclipse that is waiting for the choices, and they're all making them. And so I don't know about you, but that is like the best way I can describe the depth of what's happening right now. Did I come close, you think?
Well, yeah, because I was just sitting here kind of awestruck, actually. Because,
right? The big breath? It's like, whoa.
Because when we consider, you know, we tend to just lean into our own experience first.
Right.
And the choices you're making. And our mind can go everywhere from, oh, yeah, I made a resolution on New Year's Eve to I am claiming a whole new life. I'm choosing a new existence. And then when we just pause for a moment and say, what about everyone else?
Right.
are they not choosing at the same time? And are we even conscious of the choices we're making? Are we just moving forward without a true recognition that we have claimed something or we're claiming something? And all of humanity is being given this extra power right now that their choices will become manifest with greater clarity, abundance, and rapidity than ever before.
And it's everything. And this is the thing, is that this is happening without exception. That alone takes my breath away. Because to be able to pay attention with an opened experience of compassion as your portal to anchoring into multidimensional experience, in this moment, the broad view is really broad. And even that can be a moment of whelm, a moment of, yeah, I knew what I was saying yes to, but wow, that's what I'm saying yes to.
I thought I knew what I was saying
right?
yes to.
And then seeing that first through the way that your yes affects the other yes, affects the other yes. And that's what brings you into those broader views. And that's when the breath starts realizing that the one saying yes really matters. And that we are at that collective moment. And that's what I feel was important to go back to and talk about when we were in India, because near the end of our time in India, many of you may or may not know that there was a law passed in India that in many ways India is mirroring the United States in its shrinking fundamentalist viewpoints. And what happened was that this law was passed, and it was very unjust, and it was very quickly resisted. And because of this and everything that has happened, and Shri and I were actually witnessing in real time, guys, in real times, we watched New Delhi literally build machine gun turrets. We were driving by the street, and there's the machine gun turret, and things being locked down.
Other artillery,
lots of artillery,
and,
tanks,
and the police.
Tanks.
But a lot of this was not carried in international news, not even local news.
No, and there was a lot of fires, and we were able to see them because we actually had a view of that area right out the window, and so we could actually see where this was all happening from we literally had a front row seat to it.
Well, one of the things that impressed me, there were two things that I take away immediately. One is the compassion of the students and the people who said, no, we will not accept this in our country. We will not be exclusive.
It was so beautiful to witness.
They were calm, and they were clean, and they were chanting. And yet, anytime you have a police line and some chanters, there is the potential of a little rub. And a few of those rubs happened, and some tear gas and things went on. But so that was one thing, was the immediate declaration of we will not accept this collapse in our integrity and our morals in our country. And we will not sit on our couch. But we are going to do something about it, but we're going to be intelligent, articulate, calm, and very fact-based. And we're not here to say anything really politically other than we were witnesses. And one thing that we started witnessing is we were very blessed to have a gentleman who would drive us when we needed to navigate Delhi, which was becoming very hard to do. It's a big town.
It's huge. And anyway, he was sharing pictures of his beautiful young boy. And he lived, many of the people that work in Delhi are actually people that have come from the outlying villages and are very, very poor. And you've got like 10 of them living, they rent one room and they live there for a couple months at a time, make money, and then they go home to their house and their children and their families. And he was showing us pictures that had been taken a week or so before of his beautiful young son and his little goat and showing us pictures of his village. And he had tears in his eyes because the internet had been locked down. And he has not been able to communicate and receive this kind of communication with his family now for several weeks. And he was able to occasionally get a call through, but it was when you and I really first encountered what it's like how quickly the internet is shut down in a country.
Well, and this was the other takeaway that immediately made an impression on me, is the government in its I won't use an adjective. The government, in its desire to maintain control to their point of view, shut down the internet. And they
we
have
witnessed
very
it.
intelligent filters. They could get certain things on the internet, but no posts that related to the activities going on.
You know, we kind of knew something was wrong because we were blessed to be staying in a very good hotel because they were so kind to have offered us such an incredible rate because we've stayed there so often. And we had to get special permission to turn on our internet to even broadcast.
Yeah.
And our website was blocked. And they had to
route us out of New Delhi down to Mumbai and then out to
there
the
was
world.
all these things that were happening so that we could get internet. And it was only because we were in this type of hotel that we were in, or we would have been locked out too. And so we're sharing this because we received an email today that touched our heart very deeply because, as you all know, the whole journey through Bhutan and back into India and those 8 days at the Oberoi, which I am going to be writing that article about, really have brought us to where we are right now.
Yeah.
And I wanted to open with this letter because I think it summarizes what a lot of us may not be aware of, that in this moment of divine creation, in this moment of everything being available, as we gaze at the blessings that we are calling into our own lives, may we also invite others to receive the same. May we remember that for each one of us that is blossoming and being blessed and given all this incredible, incredible opportunity, that you're doing it not just for you. Yeah. That it really, that the more that you can say yes and relax and be who you are, the more others will be able to do the same. That's how together we are better. That's how we are one voice with unlimited expressions. And so, Sri, I'd like you to start with this letter.
Sure,
and what do
sure.
you think? And was there anything else you wanted to share about that?
Well,
Because I really
there
feel
is,
it was
there is
like
a metaphysical
built to this moment.
moment here,
Yeah.
and I don't want to put any pressure on anyone, but however, I will share.
But then we have to share what's been happening here the past 24
because
hours.
it ties in also to what here as well as
Exactly.
this. The internet and
2020.
all creations in the outer world are actually mirroring capacities that you have on the inner. Mm-hmm. And we have done a great job of not only developing technology, but utilizing technology to connect us to people. However, are you developing your telepathy? Are you developing your intuition? Are you developing your felt sense of where you ought to be at any one moment? And I know that for Kira and I, the most rudimentary practice of that was letting go of our wristwatches 20 years ago, and we're always on time.
False god of
we're
time,
always on
as
time.
Archangel Zadkiel called it.
And for each and every one
It's
of you
true.
out there, as you begin to feel those that you love, you have a sense when you need to ring them up, when you need to get up and walk in the other room or be with somebody. And these senses are our internet.
Yeah.
And so I just want to offer that little ping as a reminder of the capacities that are going to be coming online with greater robustness as we relax into the truth of our expansion.
Yeah.
Now, that said, we got an email to share.
We do, and so read it, please.
Okay, this email actually came in from Spurthy, one of our community members. In
India, in southern India. Hi, Spurthy.
And she is writing on behalf of another community member. And here's the setup.
And this other community member used to be in our chat all the time. So a lot of you who have been in our chat are going to know immediately who this is.
So this is from, she is writing saying that Ankhil from Sarangar, India, has been disconnected from the rest of the world because there's been no internet since August 2019. Due to some political demonstrations, they shut the town off. And Ankhil is in touch with Spurthy via text messages and phone, and he's constantly getting updates on what is the energy of the week and the month and what's the community doing, but he can't actually get in the chat or watch the shows live. And his birthday is January 13th, and he'll be 18 years old. An old soul and a young body.
Very old soul.
And he asked that we pass this message. So she's passing this message on. And here's what Ankhil writes. Dearest Sri and Kira, what a fascinating time it has been. I last spoke to you August 4th, 2019, and since then we have been cut off from the rest of the world. Leaving the details aside for now, I would like to humbly request a mini soul reading with love. Ankhil. And so, of course, beloved one, we wanted to share your story with the wider community and offer love to you and encouragement that this too will pass.
Yes, yes. And Angel, I first want to invite all of us that as Sri and I have shared our story of our journey in India, where we were personally aware of what was happening, and then today's letter, it very felt to me that the timing, that today is a very beautiful day of birthing that which the new moon, or excuse me, the full moon lunar eclipse has opened the veil to see. And that's why I felt the timing. This letter just came in.
Yeah.
And it just really hit our heart in the energy of the ensoulment that came through yesterday that we're going to be talking about more, in the energy of the cosmic connection that anchored over the past 24 hours around this entire moment in this timeline, in this experience, that this was a moment to really call us together. And so, my angel, first and foremost, I just bow before the master you are. Thank you for being born in this timeline. Thank you for being here now. Thank you for being part of our community. We miss you in the chat. We really do. And we look forward to you being in there again soon. As your 18th birthday calls you, the world is also standing up and inviting you to see the truth of who you are. And when I connected with your email and even the energy of Spurthy's cover note, my heart fluttered. And then I found myself holding my breath in my throat chakra. And so what these beautiful guides around you, and by the way, your guides are representing themselves right now as a priest of every known religion on this planet, and priestesses. And then they keep melting into this one energy. And so you are holding the energy of unity, the energy of love, and the energy of compassion. And 18 in Ascended numerology is the 9. And this is a moment for you to really claim the Trinity times the Trinity, to say yes to who you are without fear, and to hold within the mastery presence of illumination, activate your star consciousness, and you will help change the world. We're all right here loving you. Our entire community has our arms around you, your family, your town, and all of beloved Mother India at this moment. Thank you, both of you, Spurthy and Ankhil, for bringing that gift into this show for all of us in this moment right now. We are very grateful. Namaste.
Many blessings. Yeah,
feel your breath, right?
Yeah.
Wow, you guys feel your breath? I'm like, and so it's. I want to jump ahead now that we've shared that, and in talking about all the communications and all the things that are opening right now, that this lunar eclipse energy, Sri and I, we sent out this e-card to all of you during the eclipse because we felt that it was so important to connect with you in real time, to actually be together during these moments. And with that, this ensoulment literally came in and went right out to all of you. And at 2:00 yesterday afternoon, there were 10 women, 10 of us gathered here at Tosa Blue Mountain in the Temescal. And it felt as if we were really in the middle of a birthing of creation for this moment. And I wanted to share that because you, at the last minute, could not be there. And it would have been 11, but instead it was, 10:10. And then today it wound up being the 11:11. Yeah. And these are the type of synchronistic experiences that I would trust you're looking at right now, that they're happening in your lives. And so you want to talk about the past couple days?
Yeah, sure. Because on the 10:10, the full moon day, that eclipse came in. It was at its peak just after 2 p.m. in the afternoon Eastern time. And at that time, I knew I was going to miss the ceremony and the gathering in the Temescal, and it became very much a birthing energy that I felt going on there. And that I was in kind of the saying yes to that which we had set in motion earlier, which was
in India.
Well, we were in India.
Yeah.
We had the honor of discovering a little shop that had some beautiful statues, some antique creations that represent the entire world creation, and we can talk more about that later. But these statues
We'll talk more about that tomorrow.
were very important and beautiful statues. And it took a lot of effort in a worldly sense to say, okay, we're going to acquire this, we're going to package it properly, it's going to ship FedEx to Ecuador. And the people in India were going, where's that?
Yeah, I was like, oh, we ship anywhere. I'm like, oh, you don't know where we live.
We go to Ohio and California. I said, no, Ecuador.
Yeah, it was like, oh, and what state is that in? I'm like, no.
And so after dancing with that, the packages were indeed properly addressed and properly identified and shipped. And FedEx promised they'd be here before Christmas.
We thought we would share them with you New Year's Eve.
But nonetheless, these divine energies that were in a crate were
literal
then
shipping
torpedoed
crate
into the mesh of bureaucracy, and they had this mesh of bureaucracy in Ecuador, customs and fumigation and all the
paperwork.
approval, and I could not believe how I literally had more than 40 emails to get these packages cleared. And so this mesh,
it was fun.
The divine torpedo was burning its way, illuminating its way.
And really asking, and this is a sharing about tenacity. What are you willing to do? Because more than once we looked at each other and went, do we really want to keep doing this?
Because it was truly every email was, now there's this issue, now there's this issue. I said,
or this tax, or that importation fee, or this license that you now need.
Yeah, multiple licenses. Yeah. Interesting bureaucracy here. Nonetheless,
we did it.
Nonetheless, my resolve was, of course they're coming. Of course this is. Oh, what? You have another piece of paper? Okay, no problem. We'll fill this one out. You know, it wasn't that I was inviting the paper, but I wasn't going to let it discourage us.
Right.
And when we got to the final paper, they then said, now your parcels will be released from the port of entry. You'll see them in 5 days.
Yeah, we were like, okay, whatever, just yay.
Well, by some interesting little miracle.
And this was a miracle because, guys, that happened on Thursday morning.
Yeah. So on the 9th, they said 5 more days. You're now free. They are liberated, and they will be delivered in 5 days.
Right.
I got the word on the morning of the 10th.
Of the 10th, the next morning.
They're here.
Not they're on their way. They literally sent a picture and were like, come get your crates out of our office.
Yeah, they're here meeting in Cuenca, which meant a 3-hour round trip for me to facilitate them to come home to Tosa Blue Mountain. And so I looked at Kira and I said, let's get them. Let's make this happen.
And this was how we became the 10 women on the 10th instead of the 11 in the Temescal, because the cosmic universe reached down its hand and said, no, you need to do this. But what was so amazing was that, and do you have the little film?
Yep.
We made a little film we're going to show you of this beautiful group unpacking these. Shri not only was gone on the 10th during our ceremony, but he got back just as the eclipse completed. And this happened. We're going to play this little clip
So I really felt and very much that I was out in the wilderness retrieving this divine sustenance, and that the fire was built and everything was ready here at Tosa Blue Mountain.
And then here at the end of this beautiful lunar eclipse, let's show this little
We'll show you a little video of the packages.
We'll let you watch it. This is all of our beloved ones. There it is.
So our group is gathering around the cartons.
This is a new Nandi, and here you see we've all just brought out another. This is one of the pieces. There's everyone helping and moving this forward. There's Shri with our new Hanuman. And these are some of the other beautiful. Now this is today, guys. This was this day. Our beautiful ones creating this new altar with these new pieces in the yoga studio. This was earlier this morning. And so we wanted to share this with you right now. And here's everyone. There we are. Wow. All right. So that is, and for all of you that are here live, you didn't get to see yourself. They're all sitting here going, oh, what are we going to look like? The music sounded great. So we'll play you your little video later. But we wanted to share this with you because what are you doing in this moment that consecrates that which you know you are? And we are sharing this with you because maybe it's not as easy as you'd like it to be. But if you're committed, if you are sincerely saying yes, what we can share with you is that the miracles start happening. The fact that we got that on the 10th, the fact that we set that up today.
Well, it came in a magical moment.
It was incredible. And then the timing.
And everything was perfect, no
Yeah.
damage, everything was pristine. And some of these artifacts are made from a wire process.
Right.
But they did a good job packaging and surviving the journey.
And so right after this all came together, now these have been on the property since yesterday. The other thing we wanted to share with you, you have that photo?
Of the is there a temple?
Yeah. Okay.
I have
and
that up there,
and those who took these photos are actually sitting on the other side of this camera as well. So remember that we are at a moment where the cosmic connections open. This is what I was writing about 2 days ago, that through this lunar eclipse, all of these veils are going to be thin. These cosmic connections are going to be open. And what you're going to discover is that in this beautiful moment where we really have that opportunity to do what? Visionary expansion and transformation through this timeline adaptation. Well, miracles start happening as well. And so you want to share?
Just by way of setup before
I think you should, Sri.
Is a couple of our beloved community members here were leaving their casita.
Carla and Amara.
And looking through the trees at the mountain, which normally is just a mountain with beauty and everything. So here's a picture of the view. And for those of you that may notice, there's a little shadow forming right here. Where,
so just watch
actually,
where...
you don't see my mouse.
Okay, but
it's right between the tree limbs.
Yeah, right between the tree limbs, down like it almost looks like it's coming out like a fan at the bottom, and you can just start seeing it. Now watch.
A little shadow. And then here's the next picture taken a moment later.
There you are. Oh, what's appearing there?
And what you see is a pyramid-shaped temple with the etheric mirror of that in the clouds above it.
Yeah.
And let's zoom in a little further.
Hey, look at this. Wow.
Now, I want you, that looks like it's a structure, a temple on the mountainside, but I assure you there is no physical structure on the mountainside.
That is absolutely the blessing of this moment, is that these beautiful beings have been here for these many days, giving themselves the gift of saying, I will relax into, I will trust and accept. And Tosa Blue Mountain Sanctuary is a fifth dimensional portal. And in the energy, exactly, she's showing the whole sequence again right now.
So you see the little tree leaves there.
Yeah, I was going to, did you want me to finish or not?
No, sorry, I'm just putting the picture up.
Go ahead.
And it comes into focus.
And there you go.
And it is truly of that classic sacred geometry architecture.
There you go. All right. So I want to say hi over at TFR that it is just at that moment where I know you guys are going into a commercial break, and we are going to have so much more to share about what's going on. We're going to be discussing this ensoulment that came in yesterday and taking live callers. So we'll be back with you in about 3 minutes. Stay with us.
And for those of you that are still with us, which I hope is all of you, one way or another, we do want to remind you again that the veils are thinning, and that the energy of this 2020, this balance, the energy that's coming in, what better way to express balance than the balance between the form and the formless, the balance between the visible world and the previously unseen worlds? That as we lift in our vibrational capacity, we also expand our ability to see, sense, and know that which was previously just out of reach.
Very true. Very, very true. And, you know, Sri, as we're sitting here, I wanted to just pop over to the chat at Oneness Talk Radio. There is so much going on over there. Lots of people with love and blessings. Thank you for being here. We are better together. Hello. Lots of namastes. Happy birthdays to On Keel. And a lot of people talking about the temple. They're saying, hey, that temple is awesome that you were just showing pictures of. And,
really?
The key, my angels, is that the awesomeness comes when we allow ourselves to relax into the truth of who we are. And that is the moment that we are in right now. And, Sri, as we were talking about what happened yesterday, I wanted to, when we get back, I'm going to wait. TFR is going to be back with us in 1 minute. But what I'd like to do is really talk about the opening of this ensoulment. And hopefully you're on our e-card list and you saw the ensoulment. But if you didn't, don't worry. We're actually going to be posting this on our website as well. And the reason being is that the divine directors it was a very interesting experience when they came through. And it was a very interesting recognition that this ensoulment has so many levels of dimensional awareness attached to it. And because of that, it's one of those that you want to read more than once. You know, you really want to be able to understand it more, and especially because of the way it's phrased in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, or at least that's my experience of it. But I do want to welcome back everyone from TFR Live. Hey, guys, you are back at the perfect time. And all of you in the call board, stay on there. We have a very full call board. We're going to be doing our best to get to as many of you as we can. 517-208-1500. There might be a line or two left. I don't know. But welcome back. So here's where I'm going with this, Sri. We were just talking about the ensoulment that came through yesterday. As you know, the full moon lunar eclipse started at noon Eastern time. And what happened was that at 12:03, and it was interesting, I was actually brushing my teeth, and I was so clearly aware. I didn't even really know the time. I wasn't conscious that we were going into this the lunar eclipse at that moment. But I was very clear that it was a moment to connect and be with the divine directors. And that lasted until 12:28. And I frequently need to go back and read or listen to whatever has come through because I don't normally have any consciousness of it. And what I found so fascinating is, and I wanted to read the first, I guess, 2 paragraphs. Should we do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So I'm going to read the first 2 paragraphs and invite you to just really hear this. When it first came through, and when Sri first read it, he said, wow, you know, Kira, that felt almost like it was personal. And what I experienced it as is that it was the collective personal. That it wasn't about me or Sri, it's about you. And the depth of what you are holding or calling out for. That it was a universal personal invitation. And what I found very extraordinary about this particular ensoulment that came in during the eclipse and was like a compulsion to get out to everyone during the eclipse energy was that it felt for me for the first time that the divine directors were directly speaking to all of you that have said yes. And that this came through in real time during the moment when the veil lifted. During the moment when we were all given an opportunity to create. And that by sending it out during that moment, we were capturing the energy of that moment, thereby, whether you hear it for the first time 10 years from now, or whether you've been with us in real time, we have literally been able to offer that energy into our divine energy field. And that felt pretty amazing. So I'm just wondering how many of you are feeling that. You know, you're feeling this like, wait a minute, something really anchored. I really did connect. There really is profound shift, right? That's one of the energies. There is this profound shift that is happening. And for the first time, I'm giving myself permission to not only believe it, but to actually feel it, taste it, experience it, and recognize that it's freaking real.
Yes.
That this is not the illusion, that maybe for the first time, you're looking at the illusion from that compassionate 5th dimensional witnesser, and that you're witnessing through the eyes of one who is honestly awake. And I find that to be a moment that's just like shout from the rooftops.
Well, it is because we often, I know for myself, there's been time after time I kind of have to prove it to myself.
Right.
That the magic is real.
You ever have that? Right.
I'll see something that I'm about to dismiss and I realize this is a bona fide miracle. This is an amazing synchronicity.
Hey, that little video we just showed you, that whole installation that led to the today's altar, that's a bona fide miracle.
It's true.
It is true.
And so what happens is that this brain, these filters, these patterns of perceptual understanding are still along for the ride. Just like your ego is like the little child that's along for the ride. Don't let it drive the car, but don't discount it either.
No, let it have
it's
fun.
Here. It's part of having a body.
Exactly.
And so, too, the density brain is kind of along for the ride, too.
Well, Sri, there are so many of us and energies that are along for the ride. And I'm looking at all these people that have been holding on for so long. Plus, there's so much more we need to share about what's going on right now. But let's dive in. Let's say hello.
Hopefully I can get this thing to behave. It's acting a little weird.
I think you're going to be okay, though.
Right.
Here, try that. Let's just see. There we are. So, all right, where are we going, babe? Did you want to go here or you want to go here? You decide.
Oh, I'm good with
St. James, New York.
No, it's the next one.
It's the next
That's
one.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the problem.
Okay, well then you know what else you can do? You can do it on this side. Hold on. Yeah, hi. Can we hear you? Hi.
Hey there.
It is you. I hear you saying, I think it's me. It is you. Okay, we tried. Hi. If you just click really.
I did.
Okay.
So we're having a little issue there.
We tried. Okay, let's go back down then. All right, where are we going, Sri? We're going to Woodbury, New Jersey. All right. Hey, Woodbury, New Jersey. Namaste. Hi.
Oh, hi. Namaste, Sri and Kira. You guys are so beautiful. I love you so much. And I want to thank you, give my highest gratitude to both of you for an amazing installment on New Year's Eve. And also for the present one about the solar eclipse. And I just wanted to say that it brought warmth to my heart and my soul. And I felt the energy all the way from Ecuador. And I literally was like above my car when I was driving away after I listened to the installment. And I want to express how amazing and what a blessing. And I just wanted to share that because I know that it just went, the energy and the beautiful frequency went all the way across the planet. And I hold that in my heart, peace within myself and for everyone around me and the world. So I wanted to express that and also ask for a mini soul reading, please.
Oh, Angel. First of all, I just want to share with you that as you were sharing, my heart energy was feeling full. It was this beautiful energy of fullness. And as I was connecting with that fullness in my heart, what these beautiful beings were that are all around you, very violet, lots of violet, magenta, amethysty kind of energy around you. But what they were expressing was that be filled with that which you are. Just keep filling, and that you are so filled with this. It's like you're ready to burst, and they're saying, lift it now. Lift it from the heart into the expression of the throat and through the divine vision that you carry. As you open your star consciousness, let your crown be the radiant. It's like I see you as this spotlight, as this shimmering guide. And so it's about saying, I'm going to take all of this that's been building up, and I'm going to allow it to now be not only seen, but shared and appreciated. And so thank you for being our first caller and for sharing that with all of us today, because I know that I'm feeling the gift of your love and the bubbling that you're bringing forward right now. And thank you for such beautiful timing and being here on the planet. I love you, honey. Many blessings.
Oh, many blessings. Thank you so much. Absolutely beautiful. And I will carry that treasure message in my heart and expand it out with the light that you shine on me. And I thank you so much, Sri and Kira. Bless you both and everyone on the call.
Thank you, Angel. We love you. We love you. Namaste. Oh, Sri. I mean, do you feel that? Like that fullness in the heart, right? It's just like this really full energy. And, speaking of full in the heart, I really want to talk about what's coming up February 3rd because it fills my heart. And I just want to share that if you have not yet connected with the short little video that Sri and I put out, it's on our homepage right now. And if you go to SriandKira.com, you'll see it's called The Keys to Ascension. You'll first see the little picture that talks about what that is, but then right below it is the video. And what that is for me, something that has filled my heart for over 25 years, and that has been my devotion and study of the Bhagavad Gita as really part of my quest to really find universality. And many of you may not know, I actually went to the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C., and studied world religions and was very blessed to have a lot of incredible professors. And one of the things that I felt so strongly about, and part of the reason why I left that environment, was that dogma limits. And I found a great sense of freedom when I was able to explore all religions versus just seeing one religion. And especially being brought up in a family of many religions, it was a very interesting choice for me to go there. And the reason I'm sharing it is that the Bhagavad Gita, yes, it is a Hindu classic scripture text. And yes, it has that very practical application, and what a blessing it does. And it has so many others. It's not limited to that one expression. And over my 25 years, I have read many, many copies. I have read many versions of the full Mahabharata because I wanted to understand the Bhagavad Gita in the context of the Mahabharata. And when Sri and I got together about 15 years ago, Archangel Zadkiel started literally, I would be reading the Bhagavad Gita and passages would turn violet. And I would suddenly understand the greater ascended key. It was like codes lifting off the pages. And I used to share with Sri that, down near when I'm going to die or whenever, I would giggle and I would say, when I'm gray and whatever, I'm going to teach this. And that moment has shown up in a very different way because it's shown up right now. And it's shown up because of the year we're in and because of the rapidly moving escalation of time and because of the adaptation of other frequencies. And so I really invite you to check this out and come join me for a 9-week journey of spiritual support and up-leveling, and give yourself the gift of discovering ancient hidden codes in real time and watch them open even more for you. And so I wanted to share that because I'm really excited. The program starts February 3rd. You can learn more about it at shriandkira.com. But I would invite you to grab your friends, have a little study group. We're going to be meeting on Monday nights, and let's do this together. Let's really call forward these keys because I believe this is just the start. I think that these keys, these ascension keys, are the beginning of a greater context of a cosmic course in miracles. And so why don't you come have some fun with us?
I can sure tell you that what Kira has shared with me over the years has brought delight both to my intellect, which goes, oh, I didn't look at it that way, and to my ascended heart, which goes, of course. and so it's a wonderful, wonderful journey of discovery and reassurance that many, many thousands of years ago, this manuscript was coded with divine wisdom. And come
that
enjoy
we left
it.
Ourselves.
Come enjoy it.
Yeah, well, thank you, Sri. Thank you. And thank you, guys, because since we had, the full heart of our last caller just was like, what's filling your heart right now? And are you allowing it to manifest? Are you calling forward the dream that your heart is filled with in this moment? And speaking of those dreams, I think we should go back to the call board for a minute.
All right, let me see if I can get it to behave.
All right. Hey, call board. We're going to get you to behave. All right. Well, Sri, we want to go all the way up to, let's try, do you want our unknown?
No,
we have an unknown.
We have an unknown.
We have an unknown.
Here we
Okay.
go. Hello.
Unknown wireless caller.
Welcome.
Hi. Okay.
All right.
Well, we tried. We tried. All right. Well, who's this? We have another not quite unknown. We have another wireless. Well, here's the anon. Oh, we have an anon. Was that the anonymous or the unknown?
That was the unknown I did.
Okay. Well, then we're going to try the anonymous.
All right. We're going from one mystery to the next.
Unknown. Blocked.
Welcome to the show.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Hi.
Thank you for taking my phone call.
Our pleasure.
Hi. So I was hoping to get a mini soul reading for 2020.
Well, I think that's a wonderful gift to receive, and thank you for asking. And yeah, absolutely. Here's what's so cute. As I'm connecting with you, right at the very top of the third chakra, I'm feeling what feels like how do I want to describe this? it's like a band, but it's like a band of energy. I was going to say a band of water, but that's not it. It's like this band of energy at the top of your third chakra that feels very fluid, very much like water, but it's energy. And this energy that's kind of like dancing and moving and spiraling on this top of your third chakra is like looking up at you and saying, are we going to do this or what? It's like your 2020 experience. It's like your body, your power, very much about your true power is looking up at you. And the gift of that is that your higher self, like when I see right up here around you and this extraordinary illuminated presence of you, your higher self is also gazing at you with love and saying, do you hear me? And so it's about bringing these two together and inviting that dance to lead you. And what I'm seeing around you is really extraordinary. Lots of this flow, creation, and the dance of, the word they want me to just give you is delight. And so that's what's looking forward for you in 2020. And thank you for bringing it to all of us today.
Oh, thank you. That's so awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Many
Sincerely,
blessings, dear.
thank you, my love. Thank you for bringing awesomeness to all of us. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. And so, Shri, I want to go back and as we were talking about this ensoulment, we never did
We
go
never read
through
any of
this.
that.
Well, and the piece that I want to bring forward is that, again, what was so rare is that, well, let's just read it and then we can. Do you want to do read the first two paragraphs?
Sure.
Okay.
Happy to.
So let me pass my little, forgive me guys, it's kind of hard to hold this thing. So is that easy enough to read?
Okay.
Yeah, I thought maybe just there. I'll
Okay,
let you,
so
you
this-
wherever you think is
no,
right. So
that's
let's
okay.
just bring your hand to your heart. This came through between 12:03 and 12:28 yesterday, just as the full moon lunar eclipse began, and was sent to everyone on our e-card list. And we're going to start exploring and expanding it with you right now.
So let's take a breath and simply be present to the fullness of what is shared. We are speaking with thee now and invite you to relax and be here as we share. People do not know us because we are trying to fit into a model that does not exist. Why have we been feeling unsupported or misunderstood when the truth is that we are clear and we are aware?
So I want you to stop right there, because when you hear that, notice first your breath. Do you have a chakra right now where your breath is calling to you? Mine is my heart. And as you connect with that, this is the first time the divine directors are addressing the awakened master within. They are saying we are one. We are one. What you feel, we feel. Mm-hmm. What we are, and we are going to begin by acknowledging that you are heard, that we understand thee, and that they are bringing this energy in because 2019 has left a lot of the awake feeling unsupported, and a lot of the awake feeling confused, and a lot of the awake feeling that they are doubting themselves. And I found this to be extraordinarily reassuring.
Yeah, because it's speaking to those of you that are coming forward with your authentic energy, finding that it doesn't fit.
As one voice. That's the we. This isn't, because Shri wrote me, he goes, was that personal? I'm like, no, but yet it was. It's the personal we.
Yes.
And this is something that has not been brought forward before. And I think this was why there was so much energy. I mean, I was a pulse wave of this has to get out. It has to go out this way.
Well,
because had we not had that pulse wave of energy, we might have in the moment not realized what was really happening.
Well, and this pulse wave that came in on the 10th.
Feel that, guys.
I know for myself and for Kira,
Right.
we have been vibrating at a higher level.
Cosmic connection is
there's been
open.
so much more frequency, an elevated frequency
Seeing
happen.
through the veil.
And I'm finding myself a little more challenged trying to function with things that I used to be able to function with more easily. And I want to read a couple more sentences.
Exactly. But now, so you get it? Do you hear that? So this is an ensoulment that you're going to want to really connect with more than once and really notice where your breath is going. Because your breath is showing you the way right now.
So I'm going to reread that first part and then just flow into
And then
just
flow into that
a little
other.
more.
And then tomorrow on the show, you make sure you join us tomorrow, noon Pacific time, Sri and Kira Live. We're going to dive even deeper into the messages that are going on for this week ahead.
So this is the beginning of the opening. We are speaking with thee now and invite you to relax and be here as we share. People do not know us because we are trying to fit into a model that does not exist. Why have we been feeling unsupported or misunderstood when the truth is that we are clear and we are aware? This is the moment of experience that will defy the words and the world. Embodying the depth that together we are better and the breadth that energy carries. Through the collective yes from those who are aware, we can offer a new model that has existed before and is ready to exist again. We are all who we have been waiting for. It is time to stop waiting and start experiencing. This is the message of 2020. It is simple and it is vast. The dragonflies have begun their dance and the universe is speaking.
So this part of the ensoulment is very much a salutation to those who are awake to what they are saying. And to those who may not be as awake, it will have a different experience. And so as you are welcomed by the divine directors, then the rest of this is like a call to action. And this is why I think it's so important. And we're gonna spend a lot of time tomorrow on that call to action and what that looks like, and the ways that the level of consciousness are experiencing on the planet right now. Because this is a moment where everything is in an up-level experience. Remember, 2020 is the up-level. This is why we're going back to Peru. This is part of the up-level. We are being called back to the very first Ascension portal we ever opened in 2005 in Peru. We are going back to on 10/10, and yesterday was 10/10, and we are going back on 10/10, and we were very clearly told it had to be that day to reactivate that portal, because the energy and the movement of the timelines has slid some of these other experiences. What are you being called to do? What are you being called to look at again? What are you being called to reignite? The key is, are you saying yes? And are you being aware so that we can? I love this about it is time to stop waiting and start experiencing, because we are in an experience month, in an experience year.
And that means making it real and personal.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of real and personal, go to sriandkira.com and take a look at the Peru journey.
Yeah, because we're a little over half full already.
It'll be a journey of exploration and ascension and fulfillment.
Yeah.
I invite you to check it out.
Oh, absolutely. And so, beloved angels, I think a journey of fulfillment back into the call board.
Yeah,
You think we can try and get
have
somebody else
time,
on?
yeah.
I'm seeing Pueblo, Colorado. That just came right up. Hey,
There we
Pueblo,
go.
Colorado. Namaste.
Oh, namaste, Sri and Kira, and blessed New Year. And thank you so much for the New Year's Eve live stream and the ensoulment and just everything that you bring to us. And those pictures of the temple. Oh, my gosh. That is just amazing. I feel like the last 2 or 3 months I've really had an up level, lots of clearing, shifting, moving, and I'm kind of standing there saying, what now? The things that we're calling don't seem to be calling, but I don't really feel something really calling at the moment. It's just what's next? So I was just wondering if I could have a little mini soul reading around that, and thank you, and I love you both so much.
Oh, well, we love you, sweetheart. And Angel, as you were sharing, My heart feels your sincerity and your love and your presence. And my body feels your truth like it's being choked. And it very much feels like like almost a spike right in the center of the throat chakra. And it's like I can't swallow. And when I try to swallow, it hurts. It's like there's this congestion. And as I'm sharing this with you, I'm watching Archangel Gabriel come behind you, and it's really beautiful. It's like a velvet neck brace, only it's this beautiful, like this soft blue kind of velvety looking. And he's putting this on, and he's starting from the back, and it's coming all the way around into the front right now. And he's saying, you are supported. You are supported more than you are aware of. But just in case you have forgotten, I am here. And I will hold you, and I will hold your truth, so that you may know you are safe to begin to be you once more. You already know what it is you want to do. What I am here today to tell you is that you are safe to do it. And so it is.
Thank you so very much. I love you both.
Much love
and
to
I look
you.
forward to when I see you again.
Us too, sweetheart.
Many
Come to
blessings.
Cosmic Origins. We love you. Namaste. Wow. Well, I'm not here. And it's a good thing the show's almost over because I'm really not here and I'm very tired. Wow. Woo.
But
Hi, guys.
I invite you all to just take a moment. You might want to bring a hand to your throat chakra, a hand on your heart.
And your
connect-
heart. I'm really feeling heart.
And just breathe and feel the support that it is safe to know what you know, to share what you know, and to lift.
Yeah.
I am safe to know what I know, and I am safe to share it and to lift.
And you know, one of the things that I'm really inward with right now that I want to share with you is yesterday in the temple when we were receiving, we did a beautiful moment of receiving at the peak of the eclipse. I started breathing again, and I realized that for the past year I haven't been breathing because humanity isn't breathing right now. But I started finding a new breath. And with it, it was very simply, as I would breathe in the Ave Sa breath through my nose, the mantra in my mind would be, I love my breath. And then I would exhale. And then I would breathe in again. And my mantra is, my breath nourishes me. And I'm finding that the more conscious Ave Sa breath with, I love my breath nourishes me, the easier I'm able to stay in multidimensional presence and adapt to those timelines that are rapidly trying to call us away. And so I'm sharing that with you as my little gift, something that came to me in the temple of 1010, something that will be in my heart forever, those 10 women for our 10 journey with all of you, for my beloved on his 1111 and bringing home our incredible new energy keepers, and to you, our extraordinary community. Make sure you join us tomorrow at noon Pacific time because there is so much more to share and so much more happening. And I know they already feel it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, beloved community, thank you for being with us today. And may you breathe deeply and calmly and fully and know in your heart that all is truly well. Namaste.
Namaste, angels. We love you.